Hello YouTube and welcome to the first chapter of this course. My name is Umar and I will be your instructor, guiding you through the process of understanding 3D computer graphics, introduction to Blender, and how to navigate it. In our first lesson, I will give you a quick overview of 3D computer graphics. Okay, now this is how Blender almost looks like when looking for the first time. Well, I changed the theme from default to Science Lab, but the rest is same. Now in this video I will be showing you a quick overview of the steps that are taken to create 3D visuals. This video is not to teach you anything in any way, it's just to show you how things are done. It's just to clear your mind what you will be learning. If you don't understand how I'm doing something or what I'm doing, you don't need to worry about that. You're gonna understand those things later, but right now just observe. This video is just to show you a quick overview, that's it. So for the overview I have a quick demonstration in my mind. Don't expect this demonstration visuals to be even good. It will be really rough and just for demonstration purpose, nothing more. I'm gonna start by selecting all by pressing A and lose. And by pressing X, these things that are by default there, and creating a box, shift Z, and going to create a cube. In mesh, going to create a cube. Well, you don't need to pay this much attention on each and every step. If you don't understand something, it's okay, you don't need to worry. This video is not to teach you every single step because this is just a demonstration. Just to clear your mind about 3D computer graphics. Anywho, I'm gonna create a car from this box. So I'm gonna bring this up into Z-axis and I'm gonna scale it into Z-axis. And this is too short. Just press Shift Z. And remember, this is a ongoing series in talking in detail about every single aspect of 3D computer graphics animation. You will be learning everything from modeling to rendering, animation, rigging, VFX, everything, even compositing and matchmaking, like becoming a 3D expert or something. So it's just a quick overview of what things are. This first chapter is especially for newbies and the beginners, people who don't know anything about 3D computer graphics. If you're not a newbie and you understand basic stuff, then this video might not be for you. You can skip it and go to the other video if I have uploaded. If I haven't, I will upload soon. Anyway, continuing with our first scene, I'm gonna duplicate this box and I'm gonna move it in Y-axis, move it all the way back, and then I'm gonna Shift and S, scale it down and bring it down right here. Let me see. Basically, I think I should just, you know what I should do is go into Z axis and put it exactly on the grid. So that's this way we're gonna have its pivot exactly down in exactly in the bottom of this box. So origin to 3D cursor, so our pivot is exactly aligning with the last, how to say it, let me just show you what I mean. Exactly aligning with this the bottom face of the box, should I say it this way. Our pivot will be lining exactly center of this bottom face of the box right here. This way it will help us create a car easily. I'm gonna create a car out of this box. So now we have pivot on exact on the bottom of the box. So I'm gonna scale it up and scale it down in the z-axis. I'm gonna pull it up a bit. I'm gonna duplicate Shift D and press Y. I'm gonna bring it all the way back. I'm gonna again S for scale and Z for z-axis and scale it down. I think I will scale it in y-axis as well. So just to make it the way I want it, and now I'm gonna duplicate it again and press Y for y-axis and bring it all the way in front and make it a bit bigger in y-axis. Well, I mean, it's small, I think. Yeah, that's what I like. So this is somewhat looks like a car thing. It's not exactly gonna be high-end computer graphics. It's just for demonstration how things are done. So I'm gonna bring this thing down a bit, and I'm gonna select them all and Control J to join all of this. Well, you don't need to practice any of this. I'm just gonna show you how things are done from start to end. If you want to, you still can, but there's no need to. Now I'm gonna create 4 tires for this car. So I'm gonna press Shift A, and then in Mesh I'm gonna create this cylinder. Now I'm gonna press R and Y, and then press -9, or sorry, 90, and I'm gonna scale it down a bit. I'm gonna go into the front, or maybe the left side by pressing 3 and 5, going into the orthographic view. I'm gonna press G and then I'm gonna bring it here, scale it down just when it starts to look fine to me. Maybe scale it down a bit more, and then I'm gonna bring it down, scale it a bit more, bring it down. Yes, that's what I like. Now I'm gonna press 5 again and Z. Well, you press Z to go into wireframe mode and press Z again to come out of the wireframe mode. Just to let you know. I'm gonna press S for scale, and I'm gonna press X for the X-axis and scale it down just to make it make it look like a disc. Put it here and scale it a bit more in X-axis. Put it here and scale it again. Sorry, duplicate it again. Duplicate it and press Shift D, press Y, and bring it all the way back. And then select both, Shift, going in the front view, pressing 1 and 5 for orthographic view, Shift D, press X in X-axis and bring all the way to the left side or the right, whatever it is. I'm gonna argue which side it is. I think it's right side. Okay, so I'm gonna select all of the tires and I'm gonna press Control J to join them all into one mesh. Now I'm gonna do is going into origin to 3D cursor, just to bring all of the origin down here in the center. Well, there's not a particular use for this, but just a good practice.
Now what I'm going to do is press N to just minimize this panel in the 3D view. Maximize this out.
Going into the property panel and under the material tab, you're going to create a material, or let's just say a color representation for the sake of this video.
what I'm going to do is just going to adjust the value, so just make it darker. It looks like, give an impression of tire, and make it dark gray or something, and drop the intensity of the specular highlight down, really down. I'm gonna select this main car. Let's just call this material very quick tires, and now I'm gonna select the car and create another material. This time just give it a purplish look, and in SHV, hue saturation and value, I'm gonna make it darker a bit, and saturation to less saturated. I like less saturated, and I think I like indigo, no, violet. I like violet color more. And I'm gonna do is, since it's a car, I'm gonna make the specular highlight even more intense, and like select ward loss or whatever it is, the first option right here. And I'm gonna increase the intensity and just change it like that. Okay, now we just created something that looks like a car. Cartoonic, very, very cartoonish car. Even worse cartoonish car would be better than this. Anyway, now I'm gonna select the car and the tire, and let me just first select the tire and the car then, and then I'm gonna press Ctrl and J to join them all in one object, and I'm gonna go into the mesh, and let's just bring it down a bit. Let's see if it changes the name here. Yeah, I need to go into the object, right, and I'm gonna change the name to CAR car, and I'm gonna select it. Fine. Now I am going to press Shift A again, and then I'm going to add a plane for the road. And this will represent a road. I'm going to scale it up just to the size which I like, and then I'm going to press Shift and press Y to scale it in Y axis. Okay, Y-axis. Now what I'm gonna do is give this plane name called ROAD, so that your scene is organized.
Well, it is a good practice to name everything when using a computer application to create a project that requires you to create a lot of stuff. Whether these are layer or any type of object, naming them will help you keep your scene organized. It will help you find a particular layer or object when there are many, or it will help you remember which thing is where.
So now I'm gonna go into the material tab, with this property panel, and I'm gonna create a material. I'm gonna give it a lighter gray color and change the tint a bit to bluish tint, give less saturated, and make it a bit more darker. Yep, that's road. Now what I'm gonna do is gonna move to the animation part of this scene. So I'm gonna select the car. I'm gonna show you how to animate this car. Now down here, this is called the timeline editor. This is our main timeline, and this is the time slider,
which you can scrub through different frames and place it wherever you need in the timeline.
Will this timeline have a division of frames?
Because then we can have a frequency of frames per second in our animation and end result video. So in the property panel under the render settings tab, right here under the frame rate, we can change the frame rate of our animation from 24 to 30 to even 60. We can even change it to custom value. For this tutorial, we're gonna stick with the default 24 frames per second frame rate, which is the standard frame rate of animation. Well, frames and frame rate is a topic that needs detailed explanation and demonstration, which requires time. So this is a topic for another video. This video is meant to show you demonstration of 3D computer graphics workflow. Down here is the
frame range. You can change the frame range of this timeline. Down here, whatever frame range you change, you can change from the end range of the animation, and you can change the start range of the animation. I'm gonna stick to 1, and I'm gonna type here 50, so that we have from 1 to 50.
And this represents what frame our time slider is at. Whatever value will be selected, our time slider will be at that frame.
I'm gonna go back, put it back to 1, and
now how to animate. In order to animate anything in computer graphics, we need to have some sort of value from that object that we will change through time. In order to do that, we need to record that value in the timeline onto specific frames. Well, better demonstrate than explain. Before we do anything, let's just activate the auto key.
And select this. And here, select available. Right. Now we need to select the car and bring it back, all the way back. Start of grid. Right, all the way back here. I think it hasn't. So we're gonna select or press I. No suitable contact in form of active key is selected. I think we need to, let's try that again. Okay, need to post this and yeah. Let me see. Yeah. First, let's just key it first. Location. But you know what? I rather prefer
keying down y-axis of location from this panel.
Okay, let's just right click it and say insert single keyframe. I don't know what is the short key of this. But let's just do that, and now since this is available in the timeliner, we're gonna go to the end of the time by pressing this button.
And now selecting available. And move this car all the way to the end in the y-axis. As you can see, it keyed previously keyed or available axis of location of the object.
So if you go back...
By the way, these buttons manipulate the time slider and play back the animation. Let me just first clear the 3D viewport by pressing N and T to minimize the panels in the viewport.
So we're gonna just play it back, and you can also do it by, as you can see on the screen, by the shortcut Alt-A. So we're gonna press it to play the animation. We are seeing that it has done the animation.
But the problem is that it looks like the car is starting and stopping. By default, it should have created a linear animation, but instead it has created an ease in and ease out animation. Now here comes into the play the graph editor.
Well, this is called the graph editor. Now, what it is
Graph editor is used for refining, polishing, and editing the animation. The main animation is done in the viewport, but it is edited and polished in the graph editor.
So you can go here and can select all the keys by pressing A, and then you're gonna press T and gonna select linear. So the animation is now linear rather than easily result. As you can see, it was easily result. This is the F curve, and I'm not gonna explain you in detail what is F curve. Right now, it's just for you to know how things are done from start to finish. So press Control Shift C or Control Y, I guess. No, Control Shift C. Okay, no, forget it. Press A again and press T and make it linear. So as you can see now, this animation is more like the car continuously going in the Y direction. So the work of the graph editor is done. Now what we're gonna do is gonna build the background, sky, and lighting. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna bring it right in the middle, and I'm gonna, let's just say I'm gonna duplicate it by Shift D and press X, bring it all the way here, maybe even a bit more here, and press S and X. S for scale and X for x-axis. Press it and then scale it. Then I'm gonna go into the modifier panel and gonna solidify this. And I'm gonna select the thickness and gonna add minus sign
to reverse the direction of thickness in the z-axis.
Okay. So I'm going to go into the material and I'm going to create a different material than this by pressing it, the plus sign. It duplicates the material, and so I'm going to call it the wood bath. Also going to call the object the same. BATH bath. I'm going to go back into the material editor and I'm going to create a. First of all, drop the intensity down, all the way down. Let's just say, okay. And I'm going to select a different color for this one. Make it a bit orangish, less saturated. A bit more yellowish, less saturated, more white. Let me see. Okay. That's what I want. Even more less saturated. Okay, this is what I want, whatever. Now I'm gonna duplicate it again by Shift D and press X and bring it all the way here. By the way, should have been a quick overview rather than a long video. Okay. I'm gonna create a box just to make buildings. I'm gonna do the same to this box what I did to this box for the car. I'm gonna go into its z-axis and type in 1. In the location z-axis 1. Now I'm gonna press T and I'm gonna go into its origin. Set origin to 3D cursor. Now what is 3D cursor? Now 3D cursor is this little thing that you can get anywhere you want in this 3D scene. That's why it's called 3D cursor. It's just like this 2D cursor right there. It just acts like this. It has a lot of functions, but I cannot explain you right here. Tough for you to know if you are a newbie, so just bear with me. Cursor to center, and I'm gonna go in origin to 3D cursor. Put the origin or the pivot all the way down to this box, and I'm gonna go and put it here. So in this way, it will be easy for me to create buildings around, because I have cursor all the way down to in this box, all the way down, and I'm gonna press shift and then scale it up so you can see. If I create another box, let me show you what I mean. If I do this, you see? Okay, let me show you again. You should bring it up. You see, if I scale it, it's scaling it from the center, right? Whereas here, it's scaling from the bottom. If I rotate it, it's rotating from the bottom. If I rotate this one, it's rotating it from the center. That's what I mean by putting its pivot right in the bottom. Okay. I'm going to scale it in Z-axis to make it look taller, and I'm going to scale it again. Okay, this is one building. It's something look like a building, not exactly like a building. Something that looks like a building, just to represent buildings. I'm going to shift D again and shift Z just to isolate or exclude one axis, that is the axis, so it just move on the ground, not in the Z axis. I'm going to place it somewhere. I'm going to change it slightly so it's so different than the others. I'm going to bring it down in Z axis, and I'm going to scale it excluding Z axis, but S and shift Z.
Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a pyramid and I'm gonna place it on the top of these two buildings so that they give more illusion of environment.
What I'm gonna do is by creating a cone. I'm going to create this cone, and I'm going to type into the vertices of this cone 4 vertices. And I do this, well, you can see it's a cone. Press this period key, del key from the number pad. It's going to zoom into the selected object. See, it's a cone. If I type 4, it becomes kind of a pyramid.
We need this pyramid to sit on top of these two buildings so that they look different than the others.
I'm gonna press R and then press C and say type 45
to rotate it 45 degrees in the Z axis.
I'm gonna pull it a bit and move it in, excluding Z axis, and then scale it up. Okay, scale it, excluding Z axis, up, and scale it a bit more.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give these buildings different color, so they look different from each other.
First let me join this one, these ones. join them in one building, and I'm gonna give it a different color than the others. Let's just give them green. Give them some color blue, maybe. Okay, I don't want any specular highlight. Okay, now what we're gonna do is create and set a camera. We're gonna do this by pressing Shift A and coming down right here where it says camera, press it, select it, and
now press 0 to go into the camera view.
And scroll in a bit and then scroll down a bit.
Check Log Camera to View in the right panel under the View tab.
Right here. And if you zoom out, you will be able to see this view like that. And yeah, like that. Well, you cannot see all the buildings, but just their representation. Now here, I want to see how my animation looks like, so I think I need to go even drag it a bit out a bit, and just to see how my animation looks like, I'll go jump to the first frame and then press play. It looks pretty fine to me, because it's just a basic overview. Now what I'm gonna do is create lighting, and I'm gonna create a sky. So I'm gonna go into this in the property panel, in the world properties right here. I'm gonna go and create a real sky, or first of all let me just see blend sky, and I'm going to go and give it a skyline color, a dark, I guess it is a bit darker, I think it is. So what I'm going to do is just give it saturated with dark, and then here I'm going to create a brighter color, very bright. Yep. Or what if, let me see, copy this to here, copy this to, oops, copy this to here, copy it back to here. Does this look like the sky? I don't think. This looks like the sky. Darken this one a bit. Change it a bit. And let's just press Shift C to see how things are looking like. It does look like the sky. Let me see. Interesting. Yep, that's something. Then I'm gonna come down and environment lighting, and I will enable environment lighting. And as you can see, it has enable environment lighting, and you can see everything very clearly. Just gonna slowly dial this value a bit down to something like 0.5 or something. And from here, where it says white, I'm gonna select the sky color. Well, it is very bright. Pull it way down. I'll just select 0.03 as value, and then gonna go into the
solid mode back again.
Gonna press Shift A to add lamp, and I'm gonna add a sun lamp. Gonna bring it right up here and right back and up. And I'm gonna rotate it to y-axis and slightly in z-axis. Going into this property and going to shadow cast, gray shadow, right? And I think that is pretty much what we want. It does look like it's the sun. Just change its color slightly. Make it a yellowish color. Right there. And I think I should dial its value a bit down to 0.7. And in the sky, I'm gonna dial its value up to 0.5. Just so the shadow is not that darker. Then I'm going to tile it a bit more than this 2.6 or 1.7 even. So that is what we're looking for. I'm going to go back into our camera.
Now I'm gonna render this animation into a video format. I'm gonna go under the render settings tab in the property panel.
Right now we're not going to care about anything that is in here. Actually, let's just go in here and select the HD 720. Or let's just leave it where it is. I'm not going to care about anything but coming right down into the output, and I'm going to select it from the format. This format, I'm going to select this FF MPEG video format, and whatever encoding it gives us, I'm gonna stick to the default encoding, and I am gonna select a output directory for this, to selecting B, projects, CG Training, Blender, and I'm gonna go to the animation renders, and I'm gonna select car TW2, and I'm gonna press. Well, if you come up here and you select render,
it renders final result of the scene.
And you can do it by pressing F12. It's as a shortcut. And also in here, you can use, I think it's for screenshot. Yeah, it is for screenshot. Render active viewport. And animate, if you want a playback of the scene. What is a playback? It's just a preview of the animation. If you want a playback of the scene, you have to animate it from here, render active viewport. Here it renders the active scene. It renders the scene, not the viewport. It renders the scene. So So if you select render, it renders one frame, and if you want video output, you have to select animate, which I'm going to select it. Well, sorry for that.
I have cancelled the rendering by pressing escape key.
What I forgot in the display.
Let me go back into the 3D view by putting my cursor here and pressing the escape key.
Escape again. Coming to the 3D view point again. Going here in display, here under render in display, let me just select keep UI. This way it isn't gonna go into the it isn't gonna show you rendering every single frame. It's just gonna keep its UI as it is and gonna do the rendering in the back end of the software. And
let me just press animate again.
Like, as you can see, it is animating it right here, rendering each frame and putting it into the video format. So our video is animated, our scene is animated into video format, and let's just see how it looks like. We need to go to that directory, Blender, animation render.
This is the rendered animation of a previous project, and this is our rendering. Play it, and as you can see, it is in a video form now. So far, we have seen quick demonstration of workflow of 3D computer graphics animation. In the next video of this chapter, I will give you an introduction to Blender. See you in the next video.